We have Fabled with a side of Chimera. That's something I didn't think I would be seeing anytime soon. Drytron Runic, let's just dig on into this. Make sure you guys smash the crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more Oz content. Now, I got sent this, and I was like, wait a minute. We're using the Chimera functionality to ping our opponent for random hand looping combinations. And then, evidently, we can also interact with this card, as basically this deck's purpose is to randomly ping cards from the opponent's hand, and via, capabilities of this, and then you can Borreload Savage, equip a Shirag, and start doing some cheesier interactions that way. When I first saw this, I was like, nobody really tends to think, let's go ahead and test out the idea of, hey, we can start randomly ripping cards away from the opponent's hand, going down these Fabled lines of play here, and then start, capitalizing on, synchro boards. Because, how many Fabled tuners, do we actually have? We have enough for you to be able to start getting into things like this. And the fact that we're also playing Master of Ham in here, as I kid you not, man, you can actually technically get into this, which, just thinking about the fact that Master of Ham can be a relevant card with Fabled cards in it is kind of crazy. Now, your Fabled Treason card here, it's actually kind of cool to actually see Fabled Treason actually seeing some play in here. You tend to... I don't really feel like this card has seen much play, actually, since a majority of the new Fabled stuff has kind of come out. I haven't really seen much of this stuff get off the ground at all. So yeah, you have some pretty good synergy here, looping around and giving this deck a chance to kind of get a new life in here. And also, getting a Search for the Rescue Cat off of a Shirag is pretty broken, actually. Like, this is innovation you like to see. Next up here, we have Drytron Runic. Yes, you heard me say, I'll say that again. Drytron Runic. I think this is the one variation of Runic that I didn't necessarily expect to see on, the beginning half of things here. And call it what it is here. I think that the idea behind this deck is pretty cool. Because, all of your little capabilities and all your search options and, well, let's call it what it is. Skipping an opponent's main phase 1, always going to be nice. Well, you also have this very good card in here. Technically, the Runic cards give you extra tributes to kind of set up. So if, somewhere along the way you're like, hey, we need to go ahead and do the double tribute for the Vanities Ruler, so we can go ahead and punish the opponent, you can actually do so. Now, this is actually kind of saucy, because we are doing, how many spell cards do we have in here? A lot. Because there are so many spells in here, you're actually able to side deck these engages for a Widow Anchor, and you're also playing triple Shark Cannon in here. Honestly, Promethean Princess is a pain in the butt right now, and players are going to look for as many options as they can to make sure they don't have to deal with the Princess, and I perfectly understand that. Like, having that stupid card be something that you have to worry about in a lot of games, the ability just to strip that away, let's call it what it is. These are going to be your reactive cards, especially if you're going into going second, so you can put that pressure on your opponent and be able to just bring down the ceiling. I also see we have Hanawadas in here. We have Volcanic Queens as well. You have a lot of access to a lot of very strong cards in here to help you along the way so that you can find answers to these relatively strong boards. Good stuff. Dinomorphia. So here's the first thing I want to say about Dinomorphia. This deck is maybe not as strong as it once was. Like, let's give a shout out to Rexstrom, alright? Like, this card is still very strong. What the problem right now is Promethean Princess can kind of ruin this card's day. That's why you see this card here. Now, Mind Drain. Activate this card by paying 1,000 life points. Neither player can activate the effects of monsters in the hand. Oh boy. You might have thought maybe something like Soul Drain might be a better option, but having this card here to assist you just jams everything out of the opponent's hand. Then, most of your trap cards here Their job is to clean up problems that are going to come down from the graveyard so you can actually play the game. I also love the splash of 5 pots here because we're never going to be splash summoning during our turn. It shouldn't happen. I mean, everything we'll be doing is on the opponent's turn. You have Soul of the Supreme King to pull out what, like, I guess the only things we care about here are the Clearwing, and we play the one Brave Eyes down here just as things to be able to pull on up into and get the job done. We also do play the Gravekeeper's Inscription. We have seen so much Gravekeeper's Inscription in these side decks out here to basically punish the opponent. I mean, as long as you can draw this card, you're good. Like, that's all you need to do. Just draw the out. You can't filter into it, which is my only real complaint about it. You also do see that this deck is sporting off the Iron Thunder. I've been very vocal about this card in Stun. I think the card is very good. You have to want to play Stun right now. And unfortunately, Stun's not the greatest option tree to kind of play into right now. You have to play around a lot of stuff. That's why a deck like this is trying its best with a lot of the resources that it's got going for it. So, not too bad. I like this. Invoked Kashtira with Horus cards? Okay. I just want to say here that this is kind of crazy that you are seeing all of these different options out here to kind of, I guess, try things out along the way. And what else is very interesting about this is Alistair himself does not feel like a strong card anymore. You know, you've got people out here that are like, they still think that Alistair is the best thing since sliced bread. Yes, Alistair does put the Macabre on the field, but right now, basic 1-for-1s do not get the job done. All right, so that's why you've got people out here, you're like, okay, so we can splash the Fenrirs in here. Now we can normal summon the Alistair, get access to this. Now we can extend down the combo lines of this. You know, I find it interesting that they're only rank 7 that they're playing is Flare Metal. I feel like you could dedicate better slots to your rank 7 pile than just this. But the fact that this is what they're using to kind of get things going is kind of interesting. I also see we do play the one evenly matched thrust on into here. So you have some, I guess, kind of creative options along the way. And of course, you gotta love the DD Crow machine here. Crow being able to spot removal any of these more problematic things that, well, maybe they're not as good, but you got to hit the Promethean Princess, right? The whole goal is, well, get rid of the Promethean, you're good to go, and this deck should be able to thrive. I just wonder, like, okay, let's take a look at these hands really quick. Hey, we got, this is pretty good. All right, that's cute. Well, I mean, I guess we can break a board. Or we can at least set up a board with a Super Poly into the Meltdown, right? Till this gets ashed, and you're like, all right, cool. Pass turn on over, Duelist. This hand's pretty gas. All right, I kind of like this. This is some good interaction here. Wow. Okay, maybe this deck has got potential. And our last list here is more back row love. Man, oh man. You see those Iron Thunders moving into these back row decks here, really helping us out. And shout out to 2 Golden Turds. You know, I still love 3 Golden Man, but with the way that the format is right now, I can't justify trying to play this, or like more than this. Like, your deck has to be as consistent as it possibly can. I mean, you're obviously maximizing on 30 trap cards right now just to be able to see them, to be able to play the game. And let's not forget, Destructive Daruma Cannon is still a very strong card. But this is the situation that trap decks have been forced to evolve into here just to get the chance to play the game. It's a little bit rough. You also have good old Inspector Border and good old Shifter on the back lines back here to assist you as well. So, overall, not too bad. I think a deck like this still has a place to shine in the current meta, and that's a good thing. All right, not everything has to be about fire, fire, fire. The good old back row Eldritch players did get something new. It's just, for the time being, Iron Thunder is going to be massively overshadowed by the fact that, well, you can't exactly always capitalize on your best options. That's just how the game works for now. So what do you guys think about this deck? Honestly, some very interesting stuff. So please, leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think, and I'll see your beautiful faces back here in a day, guys. Peace out. Patrons! Thank you. Ah!
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.